All right, honey. I gotta say, when I saw this whole thing for Deadly Destination winning, you know me, I love you in anything that you do. But when I find that you have a Lifetime movie, I'm like, okay, this is just her. I'm like, I said to my aunt, I'm like, she's just a badass in these Lifetime movies. But I'm gonna give you because I want to know more about Rachel, and this looked like it was another intense one to do.
Yes, it was very intense and super fun.
So tell us what we can look forward to with Rachel and why say yes to this project, although I probably know that answer.
Yeah. So it was super fun. Well, I mean, there was many reasons that I said yes. One thing that was really appealing, other than it was just a really good story, was it was shot in Alabama, which is where I'm from. And so any chance I get to like go home, it was shot in Gulf Shores, which is about 4 hours from Birmingham, which is where I'm from. But I grew up going to Gulf Shores. Like my grandparents had a condo there, and it was just very nostalgic. And I was like, sign me up. I want to go. And then on top of that, reading the script, it was super fun. And that's, you can hear Buddy in the background playing with his bone. Buddy, wait a second. Hold on.
But
I know he's always going to make an appearance. Hold on, wait for it.
all good.
There you
You're
go.
all good. We love
Um,
Buddy.
yes. So, uh, so yeah, so shooting in Gulf Shores is very nostalgic to me. And then also reading the script, it had very much a White Lotus kind of feel to it. It was very much like you're on a resort and things happen and it's a who done it, what's happening, what's going on. So it was just really well written and super fun. And yeah, so I was like, let's do it.
And Peter Sullivan. I mean, you can't get any better like than that for a director.
He's one, the sweetest human alive. Two, he's so talented and he's very giving for the actors. So anytime I like had a thought or idea, he was like, "That's a great idea." And a lot of directors, are very, especially the ones that are writers too, are very one sided and like, no, it's my way or the highway. And that's not how he works. He's very collaborative and sweetest human. And we just had a blast.
Love that too, because I feel like obviously we all know Lifetime movies come with the grit and the tenacity of the workload that you have to put into it. And it's always, I think, such a beautiful collaborative effort when you do have supported people like Peter that allow
Yeah.
you to put in those creative juices and let you run with it, if it makes sense.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. It makes or breaks a film, especially as an actor. It really does. And it was amazing.
And Austin, who is the creeper in this one, which I have him later, he seems like such a talent. I wasn't too familiar with his work.
Yeah, this was my first time working with him. He is super talented. He's very he can take any script and just make it sound like him. You just don't feel him acting. It's very natural and very real. And he's a ham, so on set we were just laughing the whole time. Like he's just brought so much fun and energy to a set. Um, so yeah, we had a blast.
You have played so many different types of actress, parts in this lifetime. For you, what were some of, how can I put it, Rachel's best attributes that you found as you brought her to life?
Mm. Well, it was kind of fun in the sense of, I don't know if attributes, if I'm going down that path, but I'll just bring up something that made it kind of fun to bring into is that right when I filmed this, I just recently got engaged. And, as you're going and you're filming about a wedding, even though it's not my wedding, but it was just, um, I don't know, it's just like in the like festive spirit. And then all these things go awry. And so I'm like, oh no, you know what I mean? It kind of gets you
Yeah.
panicked for your own wedding. But her attributes, I would say she's very determined. She's very much like, I'm going to get to the bottom of it. I'm not crazy. Like, I know things are happening. And, um, she's very determined. And I feel like that's me. I'm very stubborn. I don't take no for an answer. I don't like people telling me that they don't believe me. Uh-huh. Hmm.
Feel you on that one. And
Yeah.
I love it. I love it too because when I was reading the synopsis of this, it says she's a single lawyer. So did you do kind of like background to get the kind of feel of what it would be like to play a lawyer?
Yeah, so I've played a lawyer a couple different times, so I've gotten to dive into that world, and it's yes, and you're very much a critical thinker, right? When you're a lawyer, it's very like you get to the bottom of it. You've got to, dot your dot your I's and cross your T's and try to figure it out. So yeah, you definitely approach a role a different way when you have your occupation, I would say, you know.
And I think too, because I was talking to some people, my followers, and ones who know of your work. I said, I think, for me knowing you for as long as I have, I think one of the biggest attributes that I've seen with you as an actress, you're never, how can I put it? You're never one to be fearful of a role. I mean, you hit it and you knock it out of the park. And like I said, when I was talking to my aunt, because she was like, "Did you see that Anna Marie has another movie?" I said, "Yeah, I'm already ahead of the game." You know, and even she was saying, she goes, "This girl is like a force to be reckoned with." I said, "She is," because I said, she can play like the sweet romantic comedy, and then I said, you can see her play these badass. Nobody's gonna knock me down, and I mean, you kill it, and I think it's
Well,
a
thank you,
true
John. You're
testament.
making me feel good right now, so I appreciate it. Keep it coming, keep it coming. No, I'm kidding. No, I appreciate that. I really do like to change up the characters and the roles, and yeah.
It's got to be, and I've asked you this before, but this one, just by the little bit of previews that I've seen, it seems like it was another. I feel like every movie that you do is a lesson that you learn about yourself as an actor in this craft. But I feel
Mhm.
like with Rachel, I think it really stretched you even more. I mean, you could tell me if I'm completely off or not.
No, I mean it definitely did. Not just like, an actor she goes through. So it's kind of different in the sense of it has a lot of rom-com um parts to it, where a lot of thrillers kind of start thrillery and stay in the drama the whole time. This one has a full
Yeah.
range of like she's in love and she's like getting her freedom and then she's going through a breakup herself and then things happen and then she has to get serious and then she has to figure out what's going on and then she has to, you know, um, to find the solution of what's going on. And then she has to also, there's this crazy fight scene at the end that was super fun to do stunt wise. I don't get to do a lot of stunts and not intense stunts, but this one was very intense. Like we actually had just kind of background on stunts. I'm sure you're aware of this, but for people who might not be, usually if you're doing a slap, like you would just fake it, right? And it would just go like in the air and you kind of react. Or if we have a prop, like you're just fake hitting someone. Well, this one we actually had like foam props. So like I had a foam tray, like and you'll see it. And we were actually like hitting, like I was actually hitting I don't want to say who, but I was actually hitting a character, and we had this amazing stunt guy, and we had all of this stunt work, and it was fully choreographed from beginning to end, and we kind of ran it like a oneer. So when you see it, you're like, yeah, did all of that in one take. It's kind of crazy. I just went off on a tangent because I forgot about the stunt scene until I just started talking about it. But it's a really cool aspect. So this movie has a lot of different things. It has the rom-com, it has the thriller, it has the stunts if you like the action. So yeah, it's fun.
So they had you doing your stunts. It wasn't like,
There wasn't a
you
there
and
wasn't
then,
a double. Yeah, there wasn't a stunt double. It was actually yeah, it was me. You'll see it's super fun and it's kind of intense. Yeah.
oh my goodness, like going through the emotions of, a super thriller like this. And then on top of it, you get to do your own stunts. That is cool.
Yeah, we did a couple of the takes. I was like, I radioed to the first AD, which is the assistant director, and I was like, "Hey, can I get a couple Tylenol? I didn't stretch. Like I'm hurting. I need some help." And so of course, they bring me Tylenol or whatever. But it was just funny because it's just like I'm a dancer, and I'm like, I thought I would be physically fit, but it's just doing stunt work is just totally. it's just different muscle. And I didn't stretch properly because I was like, oh, it's not a big deal. No, it was like full out. Like we went for it. I was definitely sore, but it was so much fun.
Oh my God. Guys, time out.
I
I
know.
got muscle cramp.
Tylenol to set, Tylenol to set. Anna's going down.
You and I can't, I already have a DVR, but I'm going to be planning my butt watching it on my TV. But how was it to work with Austin? Did you guys kind of like collaborate on, the different scenes that you guys were working on a daily basis?
We did. He's awesome. Like I said, he's very collaborative, and we just there's a lot of just like improv moments where we just like kept the scene going, or we started it off, from an improv and then got into the scene. Um, and so we just had great chemistry on set and camaraderie and all the things. Like he's the perfect kind of co-star that you want. That's very giving and what do you need from me and vice versa. So he's awesome.
And I love it too because I was talking to Nicole because I didn't realize she was on this movie with you. And I just sent her a message yesterday and she goes, "Oh my God, do you know Anna Marie?" I'm like, "I have been doing this for a long time," but I'm like, "Yeah." And she was laughing. She goes, she just was saying the same thing you were saying. She goes, "It was such a collaborative effort, but you guys had so many good people on this
Oh
that
my gosh, it was like a powerhouse cast. It really was. It was super fun. And the really cool thing was because it was shot at a resort and it was based, like the story was based around a resort. So we stayed at the resort and it was the most beautiful thing. We got to wake up and I just woke up, saw the ocean, walked to set a couple doors down, got hair and makeup done, walked to the scene and wherever it was, and then came back. And I just, like I never even got in a car once I was there. Like pretty much the whole thing takes place at a resort. I was like, this is a dream because usually it's you have to wake up and get transported over somewhere early and then you're coming back. So I mean, it couldn't get more perfect than filming at a resort and staying at
no,
that resort. It was amazing.
yeah, anytime where I'm close to water, oh my God, that
Yeah.
is what I'm in totally.
Yeah. And we always, this shoot was usually where we start. I woke up at like 5 a.m. So it was dark out. And then while I was in hair and makeup, we saw the sunrise like over the ocean. Like
Oh,
just like, I was like, this is a dream. What's happening? Why was I so lucky to get cast in this? It was so cool.
I will tell you this, and I've told you this a million times. You will continue to get casted in movies like this because you're a freaking powerhouse. You are good at
Thank
what you
you.
do.
Thank you. You're very sweet.
You are most welcome. I'm doing kind of something different. I want to, because I can't wait to get to know Rachel in this one. But for
Okay.
you,
Mhm.
what were, what would you say after playing her, what were some of
Mhm.
her good traits? And what would you say were, I don't want to say bad traits, but fault of Rachel? The good with the good and the bad and the not so good with Rachel.
Mm. I think there's definitely an aspect of where she leads with her head instead of her heart a lot, which kind of is opposite of a lot of people, but it also makes her stubborn and not kind of go with the flow, and also um, not open always to love and to new opportunities because she's a little closed off. So I don't want to say it's good and bad because I think it can be both ways. It can help her out
Human.
in some ways and not falling in love too fast, but also, but that definitely is something like she definitely leads like with brains first and then heart, and then you'll see her slowly loosen up a little bit, and then maybe or maybe not she regrets it. You'll have to see.
Oh,
I know.
I can't wait.
I know. Did I answer everything? I don't know. I mean, I guess that's is that a good, it's a good and a bad thing, right?
Yeah, you answered everything.
Okay, cool.
Um, just by what you just said, I can feel it truly of why you said yes to this because I feel like this part, for you in this movie was so suitable.
It was, yeah, it was a blast. It was super fun. I can't wait for everyone to see it.
Okay. without giving too much away, because I
Mm-hmm.
know there's probably going to be a lot to see in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
What is, what would you say is like an Easter egg moment, like a scene that, without, like I said, giving too much away, because we don't want to get the big shots too upset. A scene that we can all look forward to that was like, whoa, for you.
Oh gosh. I'm having to go back because I haven't seen it yet. So I'm having to remember all the scenes. What was an Easter egg or a wowie scene, I guess you're trying to say?
One that we can look forward, like one that was like,
Well, like I was saying, the stunt scene is, well, I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping it turned out good. I haven't seen it. But the stunt scene is fun. And then I mean, all the our director of photography, Lars, was amazing. So cinematically, I know it's just gonna be stunning. Like I just would see like playback and stills of the day and the stuff I posted. Like I would say for a Lifetime movie, it's very elevated in the sense of just the cinematography alone. Um, the scenery is insane. I mean, it's on a beach. Like it's just beautiful. Like everything about it is just beautiful. Where sometimes I feel like you could cut corners or whatever. They didn't cut any corners in this one. Like they went all out, just wardrobe, styling, all of it. So
you know,
I'm just gonna say all of it is really pretty.
I'm telling you, the one photo that I saw, I think was you and Nicole sitting. I think it was by the water, and just that sun. I think it was the sunset that was behind you. It was so stunning. It looked like
Yeah.
it really
Yeah,
looked like
no,
the
the
sun there.
cinematography I know is going to be off the wall. The crazy thing too was that when I went in and did my ADR session, which is when you go in and if they have like sound bites that they need to pick up, like there was an interruption, like a plane going over or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
When I went in to do my ADR session, to do my voiceovers, um, I was nervous because I was thinking that there was going to be a lot of ADR needed because there was construction. They were literally building a brand new pool while we were filming at the pool we were at, like next door. So like there was, saws and nail guns and stuff the whole time. And the crazy thing with technology these days is like when I went into the ADR, I didn't have that much to do. And I was like, what happened? And I was like, it was so loud. For sure, I need to redo all my lines for that. And they said they're like with the technology nowadays that they don't have to. But which is crazy. And then I saw like the clippets that I saw in the ADR session. Yeah, it's just beautiful. We did a lot of cool shots too. There's one where we actually go in the water, and Lars, the DP, had the camera in a fish tank. So it could go under the water with me. And so you'll see there's a snippet where it goes into a pool. So it's just really cool and shots that are just out of the box, I would say for Lifetime, usually it's like I said, it's usually very cut and dry. But this one, Lars really took chances and took the camera under the water. And like there's a moment where we go out in the ocean. He was out there in the ocean with us, like he was like in it, just to get a really cool shot. And so yeah, I don't even know where I was going with that. It's just gonna be really pretty aesthetically.
No, I no, I get you because I feel like those are the aspects that most of us miss. I mean, like obviously we see the movie that you guys did. We see the scenes that you guys put, the blood, sweat, and tears in, but we don't. That concept I love because it really puts into perspective, like Lars, a genius of a mind creatively. Peter, the
Hmm.
director. You don't. That's the thing as viewers, we don't totally not understand, but grasp how much of the hard work and the brains behind it, to create something that beautiful. I love it.
Yeah, yeah, you don't think of it too. I mean, and when I'm watching movies too, I'm so immersed in the story and how
Mhm.
it looks. I'm not thinking of, oh, this actor is underwater and the like they're getting a shot underwater. Oh, someone actually had to be in the water and they had to figure out how to get a camera with technology and wires under the water, like all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's super cool, and it's cool to kind of see the behind the scenes too. I'll say a funny moment that I since you're gonna interview Austin too, we gave him
Yeah.
such a hard time.
Uh-oh. Tell
You'll
me.
have to bring this up. It's hilarious. So there's a scene, well, I'm trying to figure out how I can say it without giving too much away. There's a scene where he is completely wet head to toe and had to be wet for this scene for a long time. So he's like, and we were shooting, it was in November. So even though we're at the beach, it's still cold.
Yeah.
So he had to be completely wet. And
Oh,
then, so we were like, oh my gosh, poor thing, right? And he had to be like laid out on, like, just put through the ringer, right? And then when I go to the ADR session, and again, I've only seen like snippets, they don't even show that scene. They don't even show his body wet at all. Like he was in full clothes wet. They only show his face. And we were dying because it's just he had to be miserable the whole day and they didn't even show it. So like he could have been dry and warm the whole day. And he was having to get re-wet and everything because he was drying out. And then they didn't even they only showed his face. So you'll have to ask him about how was it being wet for an entire day when no one will even know he was.
yeah. I'm gonna tell him. Anna Marie told me that you had to be wet for an entire day. How was that?
And your clothes wet. You know what I mean? How awful
Yeah.
and how miserable. And you're at the beach and sandy. Yeah. So that was a funny moment on set.
Yeah. You guys had absolutely no fun with this one. None.
No, not at all. Not at all. And we also did like all the fun, tacky, touristy stuff, like on our off days, like as a group, like we went putt-putting one day, we went go-kart riding. Peter went to and Lars and some of the some of the cast got like airbrush t-shirts and like we really bonded like as a family on set. So it was super fun.
Yeah, that's another aspect I love, to learn about for every movie that you guys do. Because I mean, ultimately, so many conversations that I have, they're like, really? I'm like, yeah. I mean, like these people turn out for that time that they're filming in, and it's usually a short time, it's very condensed time. They do turn out to be a family, and I love that. That's so cool.
Yeah, we say it's like an adult summer camp. I feel like it's the easiest way to say it. Like you're just
True.
there for a quick amount of time. Everyone becomes because you're working close quarters, long hours, you know, and so you get really close really fast because you have to. And then you're done. You wrap, and then it's like I might see you again. We might stay in touch on social media. We might not, So it's just
Exactly.
kind of how it goes, and it's such a cool experience. Yeah.
Well, tell me, my love, because I know our time is short. Do you have anything that you're working on or possibly working on? Anything else that we can look forward to besides this one?
Yeah, I was just in New Mexico filming a film, and I get to play a really big actor's ex-wife. I can't say much about it, but it was super cool. We just shot that, so it'll probably be another year before it comes out. Um, but it was a really cool experience. We were in La Cruces, I think, La Cruz,
Yeah,
New
the cruise is,
Mexico.
yeah, that's
La Cruces.
beautiful.
Yeah, it was really pretty, and that was my first time there. So we like flew into El Paso and then shot it there. So that was super cool. So that'll be coming out sometime.
Do we know if like what outlet yet, or is it still too early?
I think way too early to tell right now. Yeah, but it'll be a full feature film. But it's a oh, what do they call it? A kind of a dark, I guess a dark comedy, psychological thriller, like a little bit of everything, but has definitely some like dark comedy in it. So it was a fun one for sure. And I got to play a character that I don't usually get to play, so that's fun.
Wait,
I know. I know.
how
She'll be
is
fun.
how is your better half doing?
He's doing good. We're actually headed today out to our wedding venue. That's where I'm going to do our like tasting of all the food and cake and all the fun stuff. I feel like this is like everyone who's been married and done this, they were like, that was one of my favorite things to do was like all the food tasting and stuff. So we're excited.
So we're coming closer. I love it. I told
Yes.
you I told you when I saw when he proposed, and I'm like, oh, I feel like a big sister. I feel like I've like
Yes.
watched you guys like come together, get engaged, and I'm like, okay, I want to see wedding photos. Let's go.
Yes. It'll be this year. We're not saying too much else, but it'll be this year.
Hey, we
Yeah.
like the surprises. Is that our little four-legged little cutie going to be in the wedding too?
We wish so bad. I mean, he's literally laying right here beside me. I'll give everyone a little sneak of Buddy. He's
No.
hiding. um, we wish, but because we're doing a destination, it's just
Oh,
logistically too hard to do it. Um, I know it's breaking our heart because we want him there. We want him there with like a little bow tie, but it would just be too much on him to try to travel and get there. And yeah,
well,
unfortunately.
you guys can do like, look at me now. I'm gonna play like wedding planner. You
Yeah,
guys can
yeah,
do
yeah.
like wedding photos and put them in a little tux.
Yeah, we did our engagement photos and we had him in those. So at least we have that. And then, yeah, we got to figure out how to do something else. But
Oh, I love him. He loves his mama. He's so
no,
cute.
he's a mama's boy for sure. Yeah, that's why I
Really?
can't. Well, yes and no. He's a mama's boy in the sense of like he's always next to me and like protects me and cuddles me. But does he listen to me? No. Like when dad walks in and dad says, go do that, Buddy's on it. You know, if mom says to do it, he doesn't care. He's like, I don't report to you. Uh-huh. I protect you,
No,
don't report to you.
I
Yeah.
report to him.
Yeah.
This is just my house. You guys just pay the bills.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh, honey, congratulations. I am so looking forward to this one, and I can't wait to see,
I
the
know. Like I said, I haven't seen it, so we'll all be watching together. Well, I actually won't be able to watch it live, so I'll just have to see everyone's reactions, but I'll watch it post. I
definitely, and give Mark a hug for me, and just
will.
congrats. Enjoy all the wedding stuff today, and I appreciate every time, the time that you do give me, and I'm just so excited for you. Enjoy everything.
Thank you. Thank you. And it's always good talking to you and all the best. And I'll catch you on the next one.
Catch you on the next one, my love. Take care.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye.